Ooh, what's going on, everybody? My name is Yuka, and without any further delay, I am going to be giving you the Cycle Frontier patch notes for patch 1.3.5. So without any further delay, I just want to let you know that there's going to be changes to SMGs and shotguns. That also includes the Bulldog and Trenchy. There's changes to the Manticore and grenades. There's also power progression changes in terms of armor resistances. There's also autoloader crafting, movement mechanic changes, a few bug fixes, and a couple miscellaneous things, including some known issues. Alright, so cracking straight into things in regards to the SMGs. All SMGs, as far as I'm aware, across the board have had their horizontal recoil reduced. Jaeger haven't actually posted any stats on that, but they have posted stats on an additional change to SMGs, and that is reducing ADS movement speed reduction from 30% to 25%. The way that I'm comprehending that is that the reduction for movement speed has been decreased. So instead of you being slowed 30%, you're being slowed 25%. Moving on to the shotguns, and I have news for the B9 Trench Gun, the PKR Maelstrom, and the Bulldog. Some of you are going to love this, some of you are going to hate. First and foremost, the B9 Trench Gun has reduced base damage from 80 to 64 now, and that is a 10 damage per pellet down to 8 damage per pellet. The PKR Maelstrom has a reduced recoil. Again, Jaeger not posting any specific stats on that. There's also an increase to the spread that's more in line with other shotguns now. That's to say that all shotguns have actually received a wider spread pattern. The hipfire spread on the PKR Maelstrom has gone from 3.5 to 5, which is a pretty large jump. But nothing that should make it completely game-changing. The ADS spread on the Maelstrom has gone from a 3 to a 4.5, so it's just a minor increase there. Still will be noticeable, but you won't be able to absolutely massacre people at like 30 feet. The weapon spread increase has changed from a 0.5 to a 0.65, which is again a small change, but a welcome one in my opinion. Changes to the Bulldog has an increased fire rate from half a second, that's 0.5 seconds, to 0.6 seconds. It's a very minor increase. I don't think it's going to be that game-changing, if at all. The spread has been increased to be more in line with other shotguns. Again, they're not posting the exact stats, no number values on this, but I'm going to be very curious to see how that spread has changed from almost it being a sniper to maybe being more shotgun-like. We'll see. Just one change to the Manticore, and Jaeger's patch notes say increased recoil. No idea what the stats on that will be. Again, moving on to grenades, they have added a 1.8 second delay between throwing grenades now, preventing players, in Jaeger's words, from unleashing a barrage of explosives and hope to hit the jackpot. I think that's a pretty accurate way to describe how most people have been using grenades. The armor for Epic Shields and Epic Helmets has increased from 26 to 27, and there's been an increase to the armor on the Exotic Shield and Exotic Helmet with the Night Vision Helmet, also going from 28 to 29. So there's been a 1-point jump across the board on all armor and legendary weapons. Autoloader crafting for hydraulic pistons recipe has been replaced by ball bearings. The overall recipe has been reduced essentially, so that the number of hydraulic pistons required to craft the autoloader is considerably lower. As far as movement and climbing, additional tweaks have been made to vaulting and climbing. Max wall height now from the floor angle that you can jump is 50, which has been increased from 45, so there's a 5-point increase there. Max step height has gone from 45 to 50 also. Climbing cooldown has gone from 1 second to half a second, so that should increase mobility now, making those like spacebar spams when trying to climb and not quite getting the ledge a lot easier to deal with. And the max wall distance from 90 has been increased to 100. Side note that Jaeger have also implemented a quote-unquote "you are banned" screen to prevent any login issues. I know people were getting login codes like login error 3s and login error 4s, but they were actually being banned, and they had no way to know whether they were banned or not. So now, those of you that are banned, you'll know. Alrighty, moving on to bug fixes. Jaeger have said that they've checked with their official tailor. Prospectors who bought the Paladin set, who received 2 chests and no gloves, will now have access to what they've actually purchased after today's maintenance. Daily actions for this Fortuna Pass are now resetting correctly. I know a lot of people were having bugs. I had a bug specifically including prospector kills. Jaeger have also fixed an exploit with gear salvage insurance when playing in squads. I'm not going to cover what that was, just in case it's not entirely fixed. but it was heavily abused. There's also been some additional tweaks to the anti-cheat measures. Obviously, Jaeger aren't going into that because they want to try and circumvent people from circumventing the anti-cheat. Hopefully that made sense. But anyway, there's more automation and additional stats that are being reported to Jaeger. There's still known issues with the Biker Queen image showing black hair even though she has white hair. Players from the Epic Games Store who owned the Ronin set were missing those pieces, and now this patch they'll be getting those pieces back, or will have access to them. Alrighty guys, my name has been Yuka, and this has been a patch rundown for the Cycle Frontier patch 1.3.5. If you want to stay up to date with patch notes and also tune in for some Cycle PvP and just general gameplay tips and tricks, then keep it here and leave a like so that everyone else can see the patch notes. I will catch you next time. Peace out.